Thought for the day. It helps to begin with the end in mind. Welcome to 7 Minutes for Yourself. I'm Christina Aina, and I'm so glad you've joined me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. Let's take this time to reconnect with ourselves and improve our well-being. In today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself, we discuss the importance of setting and prioritizing objectives, strategizing for these goals, and formulating a roadmap to reach these goals. Have a listen.
And goal number 3 of mine has been to start meditating and journaling regularly, so every single day. Now, I have these 3 goals, and let me explain to you how planning ahead has helped me actually achieve them. Starting with the working out. When I just take 20 minutes or so on a Sunday night, and I open my ClassPass app, which is actually the app I use for all of my workout studios, and I go through and I compare and contrast the ClassPass schedule with my personal schedule for the week, and I see where are my opening time slots, which days of the week does it make sense for me to do yoga? Does it make sense for me to do it in the morning or in the evening? Should I save it for the weekend? Whatever it is I need to do, I will look at ClassPass and I will look at my schedule and I will schedule in those 3 classes that I mentioned. And when I take this, I'm talking 10 to 20 minutes on Sunday and I do this, I then actually book the classes right then and there on Sunday. I actually add them to my calendar, and now throughout the week I have these classes booked. One of the best features about ClassPass actually is that if you don't go to the class after you've booked it, and if you try to cancel within I think a 12-hour window, you actually have to pay. So you are incentivized to go to that class once you've booked it. So once they're in my schedule, I know that I've pretty much done all of the heavy lifting. I've planned the classes, they're in my calendar, I'm ready to go, and now all I have to do is show up. Now let me tell you what would happen on a normal week if I did not plan ahead. I'd be sitting here, I'd be the same Lucy, the same me, and I'd be saying, my goal is to do yoga twice a week and then do another strength building class another time a week. And do you know what would happen? A day would come around and I'd be thinking, oh, I should probably get to this workout class tonight. I'd look at the schedule, there would actually be a full opening, perfect timing, 6 p.m. class. Should I go? Should I not go? 80 to 90% of the time, I would decide to not go. And that's because I will have been in the middle of doing work. Maybe the weather's not great outside and I think, I'll just go tomorrow. Maybe I'll decide I want to get to bed early and this is going to cut into my dinner time, so I'm not going to go. Whatever it is, I'm going to come up with 1 million excuses to not go to this class, and I will not go. Whatever that process looks like for you of setting up this calendar and booking your classes and actually paying for them ahead of time and getting yourself to go, that is the only way that you will consistently be able to achieve that goal. Now on to the food goal. If it's been my goal to eat more food from home and to eat more nutritious, healthy things, then at the end of the day, the only way I'm going to do that is if I am prepped going into the week with those healthy food options in my fridge. And this might mean taking a little bit of time on a Saturday or Sunday and go for a food shop. It might even mean I need to take some extra time and actually plan out what meals I want to make for myself so I can make sure I have all the ingredients on hand. Whatever it is, I need to do that work ahead of time, that little bit of extra legwork one day ahead of time, so that in that whole week ahead, I'm prepped, I'm planned, I have all the food I need, and now I can implement my goal. If I just said to myself, my goal is to cook more food, but I didn't take that little bit of time to plan it out over the weekend, do you know what's gonna happen? Because I know, and what is going to happen is the week is gonna come up and I'm gonna say, oh, I really wanted to cook tonight, but it's already 4 p.m. and I don't even have the ingredients that I need, and I don't even know what I wanna make, so now I need to run out to the grocery store. This is too much work. I'm not cooking tonight. Let me order Seamless. This has happened to me time and time again when I've said, I don't want to order this stuff off Seamless that's coming to my door filled with salt and processed stuff. I want to cook it in my own kitchen. But if I don't allow myself to take that little bit of time ahead of time, prep things out, and make sure I have those ingredients, there's just no way I'm achieving that goal. So whatever it is your goals are, maybe you have some of the same goals that I have, maybe you have different goals, but take for example, someone that has a goal to start their own business. If you know that by the end of this month, you want your business to be up and running off the ground, that's not going to happen by you saying, I really want my business to be up and running by the end of the month. If you want to start your business, you are, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, you can decide, going to have to do a little bit of back-end pre-planning. And what I mean by this is you might need to sit down at the very start of the month and say to yourself, okay, if I want to be here by the end of the month, that means that in the 4 weeks in the month, I need to get this done in week 1, this done in week 2. By by week 3, I need to get this done, and then by week 4, I will be at my goal. Every single goal that you have can be broken down into smaller pieces, which can be broken down into even smaller pieces, and sometimes the absolute only way to get them done is to schedule them into your calendar. We all have very busy lives, we have a lot going on, but if you have something that you really, really want to do and you really want to get it done, add a little bit of extra time up front to make sure that you are prioritizing it in your day. If not, it's very easy to get lost in the shuffle. You might not ever achieve the things that you want to do, and you'll just look back on it and wonder why, and the reason is because you were not prepared. At the end of the day, in order to achieve your goals, you need to be realistic and you need to be systematic, and you also need to be diligent at committing to it. So whatever it is your goal is, I'm going to give you 5 seconds of silence to just pull out a pen and paper and write down your goals. Ready, go. Okay, it's been 5 seconds. I hope you have a long list of goals. Now I want you to circle one of those goals. Whatever the goal is that you circled, that's the goal I want you to focus on this week. And I want you to really think about what are the individual things that you maybe need to do right now to achieve that goal this week, or at least make some strides in it. The goals that I've called out this week are goals that with just a little bit of pre-planning, I can actually achieve the following week. So these are not long-term goals. These are very short-term things that I've been wanting to implement into my life regularly, and through pre-scheduling and pre-planning, I've been able to. But many people's goals out there are actually long-term goals. These are not things that you can sit down on a Sunday and achieve by the following Monday. You're going to need to really break things out, figure out what you need to do exactly in a given week or a given month in order to get to where you want to be in 2-3 years down the line. This tactic of pre-planning and being prepared and scheduling things out works no matter what the goal is. That said, no matter how much you plan, know that things are not always going to work out exactly the way you plan. So leave a little bit of room for change or readjustments, and just don't put too much pressure on yourself. Having a roadmap can be a really helpful guide to reaching your goals, but just know that not everything is going to work out exactly as you're envisioning in your brain, so cut yourself some slack.
That concludes today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. Today and every day with your kiddo is a gift. Enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in.